Hello and welcome back to the channel. For this video we are going to be looking at the £15 jackpot machine Flashback by Impulse, which came out in, I'm going to say 2001 or thereabouts. Now this layout was released originally in March of 2017 by Johnny AFC, so thank you to Johnny for this layout, because I will be using it for both iterations of this machine that you can see here. Now, the thing with this layout as released is that it was running the chipped ROMs, because this machine got chipped because it had an emptier on it. And as far as I'm aware, prior to this moment in time, the unchipped ROMs have not been available. However, my shadowy, sinister source has managed to conjure up the old unchipped ROMs from one of his super secret stashes, and they will be secret for not much longer, because of course once I upload this video I will upload the ROMs for everyone to have a go at themselves, so they're not going to be kept secret or any nonsense like that. So get yourself over to Desert Island Fruits into the layout RAM plus GAM files area, and in there you will find this layout with the unchipped ROMs, because the fun of emulation, of course, is everyone sharing these things and everyone experiencing them. Now, it's quite hard to find some actual pictures of this machine. That's about the best I can manage off the entire internet. That's what the real thing looked like there. There is a pretty sketchy video of it here as well, which unfortunately just features on the reels most of the time as well. But you know what, it's better than nothing, so there is kind of a video of it there as well. But in essence, that's what it looked like for real. And as ever, Johnny always does a great classic layout, so that is what it looks like in the emulator. So before we go any further, let me just open both doors on both of these layouts and just have a look at the ROM revision. So on the left hand side is chipped. Can you see there 041? On the right hand side is unchipped 021. So we are running an earlier ROM set on the right hand side. Now on the left hand side we have got the ROM set that this layout was released with, and to the best of my knowledge this unchipped ROM set has not seen the light of day prior to now. So then, what did they change on the rechip? Well, I should state up front here that I never had one of these over here. Chipped or unchipped, I never saw a Flashback on the Isle of Man, which is slightly unusual because we had a lot of Impulses over here. There were quite a few of them on £15 and £25 jackpots, but I never saw a Flashback over here. The only place I can ever remember seeing a real one is in a pub in Milton Keynes. I was down in Milton Keynes on a training course it would have been I think 2001, and round the corner from the hotel where I was staying. So I was at a training course at the Microsoft Centre down in Reading, and from round the corner from the pub where I was staying, they had a couple of fruit machines. I can't remember what the other one was, but I definitely remember there being a Flashback in there, although I did not play it myself. And I do remember the weirdest things you remember, you know, from so many years ago. I do remember a guy playing it quite intently for quite a long time, and it makes me wonder retrospectively if the guy was doing the empty on it. However, the point remains that I'm going into this just describing it, because I never did one for myself. Now, as I understand it, the basic gist of this one and how you did it was off this feature here, which is the 6th feature up, which is called Stop and Step. And on the original unchipped version, Stop and Step would not cheat you. And Stop and Step is a very, very quick reel match on the middle reel, and wherever you hit it, it then steps down and awards you the win. Now, On the unchipped version, as I understand it, it did not block the feature and it didn't cheat you. So you've got a fairly easy to get feature which wasn't blocked as a jackpot feature should be blocked, and if you could get it and you could hit the skill, you could get the red 7s or the jackpot off it. Now, on the chipped version, what happened is, I believe the feature itself was still relatively easy to obtain, but what Impulse changed there was it would basically slip. It would cheat you, and even if you hit it on the red 7 or the jackpot, it would just slip and give you a symbol past that. Now, there's one quite interesting difference on this machine, on the alpha as well, when you collect this machine, because as memory serves, it was about this time, and I'm wondering if Flashback was one of the machines that got kind of hit by this, when BACTA said, the British Association of Cheating Fucking Fruit Machines, or whatever it was an acronym for. BACTA basically said that if you use the word skill in your feature, or in the description of your feature, for example, the most obvious one would be a skill cache feature. If you have a feature called skill cache on your machine, it has to be skill. You can't cheat it. And if you use the word skill in the description of your feature, either on the alpha or on the glass itself, where a little bit of text that describes the feature, if you use the word skill in there, it has to be a true skill feature. So let's just put a few quid here in the chipped version. This is the chipped version on the left hand side. So let me just put a few credits through this. And what we're going to try and play for. By the way, this one should be pretty happy, because as ever I have used my dear old friend Autoplay to put a fair few quid through this, and I'm really rather hoping that this will be quite happy. It may just do an invincible board actually, but what I want to do here is get to stop and step. That is my goal here, to get to stop and step. What if I auto nudge that? What's it gonna you know, I could probably just do with going for... Okay, let's just auto nudge and sit. Auto nudge might put it past stop and start. That's the only problem. He said, is it completely right? Okay, fine, we'll bin that one off. I should say, by the way, that I have deliberately not done much practice on this, because the meat and two veg of this video is going to be skill, basically. I am going to, on the unchipped version, I am going to demonstrate my skills. Now, if you've watched any number of my videos, you will know basically that I am not very good at skills. I will protest with my dying breath that back in the day I was actually quite good at skill stops, but I will be the first to admit that as a fucking old man I have no skills whatsoever, so it's going to be quite comical and I'm going to fuck it up. But the point of this video, more than anything, is to get these ROMs out into the public domain so that everyone can play them. Now then, just keep an eye, if you will please, on the display here. When I collect stop and step, I'm going to collect stop and step, just watch what it says on the alpha. Yeah. Stop the reel. It just says stop the reel. I'll just press, doesn't matter what I press. Oh, it's giving me the red lines. It should actually be pretty happy, this, because I've left it about, it owes us about 45 quid. Ooh, look at that. I'll have a go at this. Well, for the sake of argument, oh, well, all right, it's going a bit faster now, isn't it? Okay. Oh, piss! Just as well I'm not doing a skill-based video. Oh, my bloody hell. But do you remember what that said there? Just keep that in your head. It said, stop a reel. That was the message there on the alpha when we collected that. Now, what I would like to do here, because I think this machine should be pretty happy, and will hopefully owe us a jackpot repeater, so let's just put another 3 quid in. There's no reason for doing this other than I quite like the jackpot repeaters on Impulse machines, and I think this one should be ready. So let's have a little step down there. It can be, by the way, pretty brutal, but we'll exchange over. That should give, we'll have to forward. Oh, we'll step down. Every time it's a little bit right, like, oh, fucking hell. Every time you exchange over, you get another bonus, which is quite nice. A little bit like Red Alert by JPM. Yeah. That's random. Now, once in a while, it goes right up high. If there's any rhyme or reason to working out when it's going to go up high, I don't know what it is. We'll have 4. So we can exchange over there. We'll step up, I think. Which is that, yeah. Always splendid. Johnny always puts really nice intuitive shortcuts on his layout. Like, you don't have to look at what the shortcuts are. You can just kind of work it out intuitively. Right. We're going to push for the top here. I'm going to risk it. It should let us gamble this out. We will step down on that. Ah, yeah. I'll exchange over for that. That should give us the jackpot, I think. And then we'll get another gamble up for the top. Now I don't know the reels. Oh, God. Oh, look at that. What a... With 2 steps, I cannot get a better number than 9. We're going to go for it. There we are. Jackpot. Right, okay. I think that should repeat. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They always had a great sound on light shifting impulse, right? I think we want a couple of repeats here. Come on, you fucker. Ah, yes, there we go. Now, this is no surprise, by the way. I deliberately let autoplay not do very well at this, and it will get itself 50, 60 quid behind quite easily. I think that will repeat again. Come on. Oh, come on, you tight bastard. Right, okay, so that's it for that. So we'll collect that out. I mean, there's absolutely no point to that, other than, I don't know about you, but I just like getting jackpot repeaters on fruit machines, even emulated. I rather like them. So there we are. That is the chipped version. That's now, when I say chipped, it doesn't mean it doesn't pay out, or it doesn't keep to percentage or anything like that. It was still a perfectly good fruit machine, I guess. And if I would have come across one, I would have just played it like any impulse and forced it out and hoped for the streak. However, the key difference there is stop and step became a cheating feature on the rechip, and it was stop and step that was pivotal to the emptier on the unchipped version, which is what we're going to take a look at now. So here we are on the unchipped one. Now let me just, we're on the 25p ago on this one. Let me just I'll put a 5 in. Now this is not happy. This is basically, it's a little bit under percentage, but unlike the other one, which is kind of in a really good mood, this is basically kind of at level pegging, because I want this to be a more realistic play proposition. You will also note here that added to the reels here are a couple of nice big fat symbols here. They were not on the machine. They don't mean anything. They are just a marker to help me with the reel skill. I think the other thing that you will have noticed there is that the stop and step on the chipped one seems to be able to pick any reel, or reel 3 at least, whereas the unchipped one always picks the middle reel and it doesn't cheat you. And I think that comes down to the ease with which you can set up the red 7s, which are 12 quid on the unchipped version. So what we're going to do here is, of course, play for getting on the board. And I have to say, I'm kind of going into this with not all the information. The splendid chap who passed the ROMs over to me for this from he's got a stash of these things which are hard to get hold of, but he dug these one out to the archive and passed them over. But it did come with a caveat. He said, look fella, I didn't really do these myself, because the guy used to go out with a partner and they would play together, and it was his partner who used to be in the driving seat when they were playing flashbacks. They would kind of switch between each other depending on who was best at the machine in question. So he kind of gave me the gist of it, but didn't have, kind of the whole thing, couldn't explain things as well as sometimes he does. This is the same guy, by the way, that gave me the bullseye method. There's a video back on the channel of bullseye. What a crazy feckin' method that one is. So I'm kind of going into this with an idea of what you need to do. And what I think you need to do, basically, is you try and get a red 7 above the reel on reel 1 and reel 3. Then you try and collect stop and step, hit it on the red 7, on the middle reel there, and then it'll step down to 12 quid, and then if you miss the red 7, it shouldn't cheat you, and it will actually stop on the jackpot, and then you get the jackpot. So We have to start... Oh, that's a great start, isn't it? However, it can be pretty brutal. It's not the easiest thing. And the skill itself, by the way, is pretty feckin' difficult. So I'm not really fancying my chances here. And I will just reiterate that the point of this video, more than anything else, is just to kind of advertise the fact that the ROMs are out there and they are now playable. I'm going to hold that because that might give me cherries. I think that'll give me cherries, right. Now then, so the idea is, I think... See, there's a blue 7 there, and there's a... Oh, God, I can't even drag it far enough. I can't even see... Oh, I think it's possibly a red 7, but we'll... And I think that should... Does that respin now? No, it doesn't respin. So that's no good, because... Oh, you've got to collect real blast. That's what you've got to do. I've got to get to real blast. I remember now. Is it going to let me get to 6 real blasts? I'll step down. Okay, now let's change over. So I think the idea now is that I collect the real blast. And if I collect it on cherries... I think the idea is that cherries has a very good chance... Didn't even spin then, did it? Oh, I think I've knocked this one up. Right, now, what he also said to me was that it wasn't about being stupid. So that it would sometimes just be, take the value on the board. So I think what that means is I should have just collected the win there. So if it's not going to be a board where you can get the actual settle, the idea there is, I think, that you just kind of take some value off the board, 3 or 4 quid, whatever it may be. I could do with being able to drag these reels a bit further, really, couldn't I? Because I can't even... I think that's it's going to be it's definitely a blue 7 on that side. Could have possibly done with the... Oh, God almighty! Watch me hack away at this now. I mean, I'm going about this slightly wrong, and what I actually want is the real blast. Sorry, if you do know exactly what you're supposed to be doing on this, and you're watching this and think, this is quite painful, Degsy, I've deliberately not practiced this, because I thought it would be more amusing. I just went into it not really knowing what I'm doing. I can't even get cherries off 2 real blasts there. Okay, let's just collect them and see what happens. So it's got to give me at least... It's going to give me grapes, isn't it? Okay. So I'm only 1 off stop and step. So I can just see a red 7 there. Oh, and it's a blue 7 there. So if I get the mixed 7s... It's gonna be... Well, let's have a go at it. Let's have a go at it. So then, you're going to see what happens here. Oh, I've got to gamble up stop and step as well. Oh, there we are. It has gambled up, so it doesn't really block it at all. Now then, the idea is, I think... Ooh, what do you fancy my chances are? Now, I've got my marker on the middle reel. Oh, fucking hell, Degsy. Why did you do this? Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I was just 1 before the red 7. So I would have got mixties there. So I was actually quite lucky to hit it on the boxed kind of bell thing there. But let's have a look. Let's just see how much I'm putting in and how much I'm getting out. Because I guess the key thing here is that you've got a true skill feature fairly low down on the trail that the machine doesn't particularly block, and which is £12 or £15 capable if you can get the reel set up correctly. So let's just have another go at that. And I'll just keep... we'll keep an eye on our stats. I've got per session stats. And remember, unlike the one across the road there, which was in a very happy mood right out the gate, this is basically on percentage, give or take. Let's just collect 1 reel blast. It's going to give me cherries. It's always going to give me cherries, isn't it? So I've got a red 7 there. And I've got a red 7 there. So if I can just get... Do I risk a gamble on a 3? Oh, so I can take that and gamble it, or I can risk a gamble on a 4. I'm going to risk... shit, I'm going to risk a gamble on a 4. Wish I hadn't have risked a gamble on 4 there. I am just getting my eye in with this here. I'm not even pretending I'm doing this even vaguely correctly. I'm just learning as I'm going here to see if I can get a feel for how this machine was potentially doable. Because never got to play it back in the day. Obviously, it's only been... I mean, the technology has only been publicly emulated for just shy of 2 years. That was with the release of MFME V5. The EPOT finally became emulatable. And now the layout has been out for about 18 months. But it's literally only now that, as far as I'm aware, that these unchipped, these early unchipped ROMs are finally available. So I've got stop and step. Oh god, that's going to be blue 7s all day long, isn't it? So that's obviously mixed 7s. Unless I think I'm good enough to hit the jackpot. Let's have another go. Let's have another go at this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did hit the red 7 as well. And you can see there, got the mixties. So that, I think the idea is that you're supposed to get smart and get the red 7s set up. So I think it basically gives you 2 things to hit. You've got a sort of target 2 symbols tall. Because obviously a lot of it, like I said, on Cash Buster by JPM, where you're trying to hit the jackpot symbol on the reel. If you miss the jackpot, you're basically stuffed. I think you get like mixed bars of cherries or something like this. I guess the idea with this is you get it set up, and then you've then got a target area that is 2 symbols tall, and you're going to get 12 quid or 15 quid if you can hit it. So is that not held? No. I mean, I don't, but as I understand it, it won't cheat you if you hit the jackpot, but the idea behind it is, so if I take a reel blast there and it gives me cherries, I think it's got to respin the reels, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's giving me, so it won't, so it didn't actually have to respin the reels there, which is slightly annoying. So I guess what I could do, let's try it this way. I'm really just trying to learn my way around this here. This is a bit optimistic here, getting to so if I collect that now, and I get cherries, if I actually collect cherries, what happens? Yeah! So it does have to spin, that bit works, but the feature stays where it is. Okay, so... Oh, and maybe that was one of them where I should have just taken the value on the feature. Okay, I'll get me on with this yet. We should be able to do this. Although I'm not doing very well at the moment, as you can see. I'm a few bob down at the minute, so... So I've just clicked, just give me cherries and I'll be happy. There we are. Okay, so we're going to get a respin. And there's a red 7, and there's a red 7. Okay, so the idea now, I think... Oh, is that I just get to... Oh, I can either gamble or I can go... I'm going to go... If I go high... Will that... It's not just for bells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that'll win. Okay, there's me stop and step. Now, if I can hit this, I've got 12 quid or 15 quid. All I need to do is hit that red 7 or the jackpot. So let's get me fucking eye in here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there we are. Right, okay, and there's 12 quid. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Now, I'm not saying that's perfect, but I think that is that the basic idea of it, that you get the real setup, yeah, so that you're going to get red 7s if you hit the red 7, you're going to get a jackpot if you hit the jackpot, and that then gives you a nice fat target that's going to be 12 quid or 15 quid. 12 quid, of course, not far off the jackpot, and I guess if you were really kind of... In fact, the £15 there is not a repeater. You've got to gamble it up to the top to get the repeater anyway. So 12 quid, it's only 3 quid off a bloody jackpot anyway. You're not going to take a gamble out to the jackpot repeater anyway, unless you're on a 1 or a 12, which I guess it would never bloody well give you. So let's just have a look here. If I collect the real blast here, because obviously I want to get rid of that blue 7 there, and I've got a blue 7 there. So what I think I want to do is get a real blast to hit that cherry in the middle. Let's just click that, because that's going to have to respin the Oh, it hasn't got rid of that one. Oh, I see. I see. It hasn't moved that one. And that is now... I've got the red 7 there. So unless I actually get up to nudges, that's slightly annoying, isn't it? So it doesn't matter what I do now. So I can... You know what? Let's be bold. Fortune favours the bold. Let's see if I can actually hit this bloody thing on the jackpot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I hit it on the fecking red 7 again. So, as I understand it, if you can hit this on the jackpot, it won't cheat you. It won't slip. I think the red 7s are just to give you a bigger target area. Now, I am absolutely open to correction on this one. The thread, I will start a thread over at Desert Island Fruit. So let's just be clear here. There will be a thread. There'll be a new... By the time you watch this video, there will be a new thread in the layout RAM plus GAM files, just to show you where that is. So you go to forums at Desert Island Fruit, you go down to layouts, and it's a sub-forum of layouts, which is layout RAM plus GAM files. I will put the layout in there along with these ROMs, so it'll have the unchipped ROMs, and it'll have this RAM and GAM file here, which have had a fair few £100 put through them on autoplay, and I've got them onto percentage. So please do avail yourselves of that. This is for everyone to enjoy. There's no kind of secret stash shit going on. This is all about getting this stuff out there for everyone to have a go at, and for everyone to enjoy. And please do feel free to comment on that thread. Say, you know what, Degsy, you were getting that all kinds of wrong. This is the correct way to do this. I'm always super interested to hear about that kind of stuff. So let's have a respin on that. Red 7 and red 7. So now all I've got to do, I'm going to risk a gamble on a... Oh, for fuck's sake! Killed me on a 3. Killed me on a 3, and I had it set up there. I could have stepped to a 1 there, but I kind of thought I'd be safe on the 3. The guy did warn me that once you start to take a little bit of value out of it, off the stop and step, it becomes pretty homicidal on the high-low gamble. It really does become nasty. And I guess I'm seeing that here. So there's going to be a whole other aspect of this game, is what is the best and most efficient way to get it onto the board. So I've got a random there, so that should be 3 or 4 nudges, shouldn't it? Well, I'm kind of hoping for 4, but... Oh, there we are, 5, that'll do. So that'll... Oh, that's obviously going to be a blue 7 up there. So what is... How do I get rid of that? I've got to get a win somehow past there, haven't I? So I could auto-nudge that. Well... That's going to step up. Oh, and I've gone past stop and step there. That was not good. Poor show, Degsy. You fucked that one up, didn't you? That is a very good example of suboptimal play there. I think I should have just taken a little bit of value off that board there, because obviously the fact it was willing to climb that far up means it's not on its arse, and I'm not doing this properly. So where are we up to? I am down. Let's get my per session stats here. So I will I mean, where we've got a... I think it is actually a red 7 up there. And it is a red 7 up there as well. So I'm going to collect 1 real blast. Yeah. Is that going to put a red 7 up there now? Yes, red 7 and red 7. So the trick now is going to be to get to stop and step. So if I exchange over... That'll... Is it going to let me... So if I can step... Oh, there's stop and step. Right, okay. So I've got to hit it now. If I can hit it, it's 12 quid or 15 quid. Let's have another go. I've not been doing too bad up to now. He said tempting fate. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! Get the fuck in there! Oh! There we are. That's a bit more like it. There's a jackpot. Hey, God, it must be good fun doing these, eh? I'll tell you what. Oh, no wonder they got rechipped. Right, so there we go. There's a jackpot. There is a jackpot. Now, let's see if it starts to clam up a little bit now. There, we're back in. Back in. Ah, yeah. So what? Oh, it's obviously going to be a bluey up there because I've got... Oh, that's blue 7s all day, innit? So what I'm going to need... But it's never going to move. So am I going to have to get over... Maybe I have to get over to the nut, because if I collect that, it's only going to spin that one. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, so it spun that. It doesn't spin the one that's already on the win line. So unless I'm feeling particularly good here, I think I can hit that. So I'll exchange over. So, so there's no way I could have got it to spin there. There might be a little bit of something that I'm not quite getting my head around there. There must be a better way of moving things around the reels. Let's have another go at it, though. Let's have another punt and see how we do. But obviously, it is going to start. I mean, I've said that I'm still down at this moment in time. So it's not going to clam up yet. But you've got to remember that whilst 100% for us as the player represents a loss, for the machine... Yeah. Oh, real skill. Hang on a minute. What's our options here? Oh, I don't really want it. I've got a 7 there. Maybe that's 7 on nudges. Let's just go for that. And then let's collect that. Yeah. And that's got to spin all of them. So hopefully. Oh no! Oh no! I fucked up there. That didn't work. Maybe I guess you've got to learn. So. Oh, and it's tightening up a little bit. So yeah. So obviously, if the machine's paying at 100%, so you've put 20 quid in and you've got 20 quid out. As the player, we're dead even. We haven't won anything. But you've got to remember that the machine, of course, has lost because the machine is only paying out at, 78% or 84% or whatever it is. So we need to be way over 100% to have actually realised a profit as the player, whereas the machine is playing catch-up at that point. So I think if I collect one knockout here, it's... Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, it's done crepes. Well, we've got a red there. Oh, and a blue there. So I've got me stop and step, but unless I can hit jackpot here, which I'm feeling good. Let's see if I can hit jackpot. Yeah. Here we go. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was miles off. Degsy. 2 out there. I was a little bit tardy there. Did balls that one up. I'll keep going. I mean, I'm still okay. I'm £2 up at the moment, which is not great. But like I said, for us to be £2 up, the machine is far more than that down because, of course, it's running what is for us a negative percentage. So a machine that's paying out 100%, from a player perspective, you've just got your money back. But from a machine perspective, it is, of course, chasing a loss at that point. I am sure here that there's a better way for me to be doing this. What I think I'm missing here is a little way. There must be a better way of getting the reels moved around, I think, and to try and get those the 7s settled, to get those red 7s settled. Oh dear, it's giving me some RC bonuses now. Oh, but that give red some view there. That doesn't look like a red to me, but... So that should be... I think if I collect the real blast now, that's got a pretty good chance, hasn't it? If I can get that... There we are. That should... Got to move that one. Yes, there we are. So that's the red 7s. Now, do I risk a gamble on the 3? Or am I supposed to use the step to the 1, or do... Okay, now I'll use the step. Come on. 1 gamble on a 3. Yes. See, it's just not blocking that feature. Now, I've got the big I've got the big target. I've got the red 7 and the jackpot to hit. Although I was way out last time. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucking hell! Was I guess I was out. These are the unchipped ROMs, so I guess I was out again after a nice little hit there. I don't know. I guess I just got it wrong. It almost felt to me like that. I almost felt like it slipped there, but I'm prepared to accept that on the unchipped ROMs it won't slip. So let's go for it again. See if we can get it set up again and have another go. Let's collect that £4 out. What I will do now, I think, is because I think we've got the gist of this now, and I think I'm ballsing this up. I'm not doing this correctly down on the bottom here. I am perfectly prepared to accept that there's a better way. I'm sure there's something better that I could be doing with the nudges and the real blast here to get this thing around. I mean, is a red 7 there? So let's just collect. I'll just collect one real blast and see if it hits that cherry, which it has. And there we are. So I've got the red 7s there. Ooh, it's a bad number. Oh, very bad number, and it didn't like that at all. So what I'll do, I'll pause the video at this point, and I will bring it back when I have next got the setup for the red 7s or the jackpot. I'm not going to cheat. I will keep my per session stats here, and I'm going to see if I can just get my head around finessing that. I don't know why I held that. It's never going to hold 3 times in a million years, is it? Just get my head around trying to finesse working with the real blasts and the nudges here. See if I can get that setup going a little bit better, because I'm sure there's something missing here. Okay, let's just see this climb out. Fucking hell, it's getting a little bit kill happy, isn't it? Right, I'll bring you back when I've got a setup. Okay, there are other symbols that you can do it off. You've just got to look where the red 7s are. So I've got it set up off melons here. What I've got to do is take the feature and hopefully lose down to stop and step from graphic cache. Fuck, I won! Okay, graphic cache it is then. Oh dear. What the fuck is that? Oh, dear me. Have to do better than that. Right, I think that should just be a straight setup for it there. I've got a red 7 on the line and a red 7 above, I believe. So let's just collect the feature and see if I can hit it. Come on then. Right, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've hit it on that bloody melon again. Okay, we'll have another go. Well, that's a sign you're not doing very well, isn't it? When you get a bloody invincible board. Deary me, Degsy. Okay, we'll take this out, and that should kind of bring it up to percentage, and let's see if we can actually take anything out. I kind of had my eye on it to start with, then I just keep hitting that fucking melon. So we'll take our jackpot repeater. I mean, you know you're doing badly at an empty when he throws a fucking invincible board in. If it repeats, I'm really doing bad, aren't I? Yeah. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, God. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Just don't repeat again. Okay, that's not... Well, it's still pretty fucking humiliating, but... Right, okay, now my back is against the wall. Because it's... Right, so that should... Let's just collect that out and see where we're up to percentage-wise. Okay, that has put the machine in a fairly interesting state. This is set to 84%. It's now paying out at 85.71. So this is over percentage. So it should be in a really bad mood now. It says, give me money, you owe me money. My per session stats now, let's go to my... I'm 16 quid up. and that is entirely down to my own skill and has got nothing to do with the fact that the invincible board cycled round and repeated. 100% my own skill. What I'm going to do now is, because this is going to be a little push now, because really this machine should be blocking jackpots by fair means or foul. And I guess on the chipped one, yes, it would let you get to stop and step, but it would slip. The idea now, of course, is that even when the machine is over percentage, it'll still let you get to stop and step with the setup for the red 7s or the jackpot. And if you're not as shit as me and can actually hit it, you can keep taking those wins. So I'm going to get it set up again, see if I can hit it. Remember, I'm £16 profit at the moment, which is as good as it's been. Let's see if I can get that higher. Okay, well I can get a gamble there to stop and step, but I haven't got the setup because there's a blue 7 there. That means that I've got to hit the bloody jackpot. Let's see if I can get it on the red 7. I'll be happy, because even though it's going to just give me £2, because I've been way out. Let's just have a go. I did hit it on the red 7, but the setup wasn't there. I just need to get my timing back in there. Okay, this machine, by the way, is not in a happy mood now. It isn't really wanting to board. It's getting quite reluctant to do anything. Let's see if we can get in off that boost. That's not going to put me in, is it? No. Okay, bring you back when I've got a setup. Okay, this looks all right. So if I take Real Blast here, I think if I collect that, that should be okay. Oh no, he's put the wrong bloody 7 there. I think I could be boxing a little bit. Right, so I can't get it now, as I understand it. If I collect the Real Blast, it's not going to respin, so I can collect Stop and Step again. You can see how it's just not blocking this feature. Yeah. Let's have a go. Come on, Degsy. You can hit the jackpot here. Okay. Oh, red 7 again! Yeah, you can see now, I think, why getting that setup is so important to this, because you're getting that £12 or the £15, whereas if you fluff it and you go a little bit early, as I am doing there, you're just getting £2, which is no good. We don't want that. We want the £12. I'll try and get this set up again. Well, this is pretty brutal, isn't it? I've got no win available on 5 nudges. It's going to kill me on a 5, isn't it? Because, you know what? I'm just going to take the feature and see if it'll let me gamble up Stop and Step. Which it has! Yeah. Okay, if I can fucking hit the jackpot. Right, come on. Whoa! And we're doing that again. We're hitting the bloody melon. No good. Okay, I've got the 7s set up properly here. Will it let me win the gambles? Okay, so if I can get this... Oh no! I had the 7 and the 7. Ba 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 ba. Well, it's just let me nudge in £12. Do we really want to... I don't think we really want to risk a gamble on that, do we? No, we're just going to collect the £12 there, I think. Suggests to me that I'm still not getting this right. Shouldn't be £12 nudge happy if there's an emptier underway. Well, I've got Stop and Step, but it's not got the bloody setup on it. Let's see if we can hit the bloody jackpot. Oh, red 7s again. If I could be getting that setup, I think if I could just be getting the setup right, I'm not too bad on hitting that red 7, but hitting the actual jackpot, it does really give you that margin for error if you've got the red 7 as almost like that's your starter for 10, and if you hit the jackpot, then fine, I guess. Let's have a look. No, there's going to be... Do I want to use... Yeah, let's use that. no win available again. So I'm going to gamble again. So no win available again. So I can step up there. Oh, I've already got stop and step. Oh, yeah, but obviously, yeah, it was the wrong sevens. Oh, shit. So I absolutely can't get stop and step now. So I guess this is possibly one of the ones where you just take some value off the board at this point. So let's just collect cash shuffle, whatever that is. It's gone up to... Okay, so it'll be cash shuffle. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, fucking hell. So we've got £5 on the end there. Let's watch that. I think I've got it. 5, 5, 5. Oh! I think the first one is a fiver. Yeah, okay, there's a fiver. Let's just say, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to keep on playing this because it's good fun. I'm really enjoying tussling with this. I'm be the first to admit that I'm making an absolute hash of it, but it is good fun. So I'll stick out this, plug away at it for a little bit longer and see if I can just get the technique with getting this set up. Okay, the reels are set up here, but I've still got some sketchy gambles to go. Oh, we'll do a step down there to get the 10. Ah, the fucking exchange across here is not going to do me any good, is it? Is it oh no, of course it steps me up. Yes, yeah, silly. Okay, if I can hit this, it's 12 quid or 15 quid. Right, let's have a go. Come on. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. There's the red sevens. Okay, I think you can kind of see here, even with my rank amateur bumbling here, and I cannot stress enough, I've never done this before. I'm not presenting myself as any kind of super skillful player or anything like that. I am a bumbling amateur who has only ever tried my best and has managed to make a few quid here and there. My point is that even against that backdrop of essentially ranking competence, you can see that there's definitely something going on here, and something that the skillful player, a more skillful player than me, could definitely work with and make some cash out of this. And my profit level is going... Have we got a red 7 up there? I think it will be a red 7 up there, won't it? So it doesn't really matter. You don't... in this case, I don't need to set anything up. So let's just step down, and I can win on this 9. There we are. Now that's it again. If I can hit this, I've got 12 quid or 15 quid again. Come on. Yes, there we go. Definitely. Absolutely no doubt about this. There we are. And this machine is getting further and further over percentage. This is a machine that's over percentage. Now, I realise I am cutting the video in and out, but this is playing like a bit of a pig at the moment. It really doesn't seem to want to put me on the board. But like all AWPs, I think, you know, they're kind of like... They always give you opportunity to just get onto the board, and they're kind of thinking to themselves, well, it doesn't matter. Or the code's working on the lines of, the guy's not going to get more than 2 quid or 3 quid. It won't hurt me to let him get on the board. And what this machine is, it's just not doing. It clearly isn't doing. It isn't blocking stop and step really at all, or nowhere near as hard as it needs to. And what you've got there is not only a true skill feature, but you've got a true skill feature whereby you can give yourself 2 chances effectively at either jackpot or very close to the jackpot. That's probably going to lose. You can see there, it's in a bad mood here. No doubt about it, it's in a bad mood. I'm going to see if I can get one more setup. Well, that is the setup. There's me red 7s, but it is on a sketchy number. I've got to gamble at least once to give myself the gamble opportunity to stop and step. It has put me there. I've got to go on a 3 now. I can either collect soup hole and gamble or go higher than a 3. It doesn't seem to block it. I'm going to go for it. Fucking hell, it just doesn't block it at all, does it? So there we go. If I can hit this, it's 12 quid or 15 quid. Come on, Degsy. Let's have one last flourish here. Yes! Not too fucking shabby. I'll tell you what, I'm quite happy with that. You know what? God almighty, 50 minutes. I'm sorry, 50 minutes already. I just get so into these Fruit Machine emulation videos. I really do. Even though I've been snipping quite a lot of this out as well. We're still up to 50 minutes. There you go. I think we can see what's going on here, and we have now the profit. It's going to finish off at about 34, 35 quid, something like that. So we can see the gist of this here. Like all Fruit Machines, I say like all, like, you know, aliens and alien and clones, which can take 60, 70, 80 quid for a board if you properly spank them. I guess that's the kind of control that they built into more modern Fruit Machines, where Alien and its clones famously, of course, I think if you absolutely drill them into the ground, will want, is it like 60, 70 quid that they can take for a board, which is just fucking shocking. But I guess back in these days, the control wasn't quite as extreme as that. So what you've got here is a £15 jackpot machine that every few quid it's gonna put you on the board, and it's gonna think to itself, well, you know what, the guy's only getting 2 or 3 quid off this board. But we've seen there, even, like I say, I repeat myself here, but even a fucking shyster like me who doesn't really know what he's doing is managing to get that red 7 set up. It just doesn't seem to block the gamble to stop and step. It just doesn't seem to, somehow it just doesn't seem to see the risk from that feature, and it will just let you keep getting to stop and step. And I think you can well imagine there, looking how I did at it, and I'm crap, I managed to do okay from that basic principle there of stop and step with your red 7 set up and hit it on the red 7 on the jackpot. I believe that was a full empty. And on the rechip, of course, what they did is change that so that the stop and step would just slip. Didn't matter if you got the set up, and if you hit it, it would just slip and give you that melon for bloody 3 quid or whatever it was. In fact, that reminds me, there's one last little thing that I was supposed to be pointing out, which I've completely forgot about, so we will have to do it again, and that is just that change of text when you get stop and step, which you've probably already seen for yourself here, but I did mean to point it out and I completely forgot. So we're going to take it out for one more stop and step, and we will have a look at what the display says when I collect it. Well, the setup is there if I can get to it. I'm not going to use my step on a 10. Oh, God, I've got to go higher than a 4. Oh, no, I'm going to go lower than a 9. Oh, no, I can exchange over. I've been a dick. I can exchange over. There we are. Now, just remember what it said on the chipped version. When you collected stop and step, the exact same feature, it said stop a reel. Look at what it says when you collect stop and step on the unchipped version. Skill stop reel. I think Impulse had to change that because you weren't allowed to call something skill if it wasn't skill. And on the chipped version, of course, it cheats. Let's just see if I can get this one more time. Yes. You know what? I think I've just about got my eye with that there. You think? I don't know why. Why do I keep hitting the red 7 and not the jackpot? I'm not entirely sure. That's what keeps happening. But anyway, you know what? I will settle for that. So you can see there the very, very key difference between these two machines. I believe that the rechip doesn't really block stop and step, but the thing is, it doesn't have to. So they didn't really change the behaviour of getting to the feature and the block behaviour on the feature. What they actually changed was the fact that the feature just cheats you. It's not a true skill feature anymore, and that is reflected in the alpha. The rechip says stop a reel. The original unchipped version says skill stop reel because it is true skill. Now, I am entirely prepared to accept that I was hacking around there. Remember, never did one for real, only had a sort of vague idea in my head of what I was trying to do. So please, please, please don't rip me a new one for playing that all kinds of wrong. That's basically the first time ever I've tried to get involved with that method, the first time I've ever been able to try it, and that's the first time I've ever had visibility of these unchipped ROMs. And my belief is on this that nobody else has had visibility of these ROMs before. As ever, thank you to my source for going to the effort that he did to pull these ones out of his archive, load them into this fantastic classic by Johnny AFC here, and make them available to the Fruit Machine emulation community. And of course, they are now available for everyone to play. So get yourself over to, get yourself over to Desert Island Fruits, get onto the forums and get down to layout and RAM files. I will upload that layout into there running these unchipped ROMs. That is it for this video. My God, it's nearly pushing up to an hour. Do apologise, I get quite carried away with myself with this Fruit Machine emulation stuff sometimes. It still gets the juices rising even after 17 years. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll catch up with you next time. But for now, goodbye.